Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Tarannum Salman. The headlines. Corps Commanders Conference chaired by Army Chief in Rawalpindi today reviewed geostrategic environment and security situation of the country. The Senate today continued discussion on the Financial Supplementary Amendment Bill 2018. International Monetary Fund has appreciated the vision of Benazir Income Support Program for improving socio-economic condition of the poor. In occupied Kashmir, the Joint Resistance Leadership has hailed Pakistan for courageously highlighting Kashmir dispute at the United Nations. In Afghanistan, 21 militants have been killed in a drone strike in Nangarhar province. Iran says it has fired missiles in eastern Syria, targeting the bases of militants backed by the United States and regional powers. And now the news in detail. 214th Corps Commanders Conference was held at the GHQ in Rawalpindi today, presided over by Chief of the Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa. The forum reviewed geostrategic environment and security situation of the country, including progress on ongoing stability operations under Operation Raddul Fasad. The conference expressed its determination to carry forward the stability achieved through successful counter-terrorism operations towards enduring stability. The Army Chief hailed intelligence agencies for all forces for maintenance of security during Muharram. He also apprised the forum about his very successful visit to China. The conference thanked the people of Pakistan for honoring the martyrs of Pakistan in a befitting manner on the eve of National Defense and Martyrs Day, to whom we owe our peace and stability. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi will hold a meeting with his U.S. counterpart, Mike Pompeo, in Washington tomorrow. During the meeting, bilateral issues and regional security matters will come under discussion. Minister of State for Interior Shehryar Khan Afridi has said that Pakistan is desirous of further solidifying its ties with Qatar in the field of technology on the basis of mutual cooperation. He was talking to the ambassador of Qatar to Pakistan, Mubarak Al-Mansouri, who called on him in Islamabad today. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest, including bilateral relations, also came under discussion. A high-level delegation led by Defense Secretary Ikramul Haq would pay a 4-day visit to Sri Lanka from tomorrow to participate in the Pakistan-Sri Lanka Armed Forces Defense Dialogue. The Defense Secretary will meet his Sri Lankan counterpart to discuss matters of professional interest. He will also hold meetings with Chief of Defense Staff Admiral R.C. Venkaguratne and Commander of Sri Lankan Triforces. The defense dialogue is aimed at promoting professional and mutually beneficial relations between the armed forces of the two countries. The Senate today resumed discussion on the Financial Supplementary Amendment Bill 2018 with its chairman, Sadiq Sanjarani, in the chair. Taking part in the discussion, Azam Swati of PTI said previous government was responsible for the current economic mess in the country. He said at present the country is facing a collective loss of 3.76 trillion rupees, whereas massive subsidies are being provided to metro buses and Orange Line train. Mushahidullah Khan said there were 16 functional planes in PIA's fleet when PMLN took over government in 2013, but it raised the number of PIA planes to 32. He said railways was run at 80 kilometers per hour, which was taken to 120 kilometers per hour. He said this indicates that the PMLN government improved the institutions. Rana Tanveer said the government is talking of losses and hold the PML government responsible for this, but at the same time, it is going to recruit 10,000 people in Pakistan Railways. The International Monetary Fund has appreciated the vision and the work of Benazir Income Support Program for improving socio-economic conditions of the poor. The appreciation was expressed by the IMF advisor team leader Harold Finger at a meeting with the BISP Secretary Umar Hamid Khan in Islamabad today. The IMF advisor said continuity of funds for BISP is critical for effective implementation of its initiatives. The delegation was briefed on various initiatives, programs, and activities of BISP, as well as its national and international partnerships. The delegation was informed that 2.4 million children have been enrolled in schools under the Wasila-e-Taaleem program. President Hamdard Foundation called on the Chief Justice of Pakistan, Justice Mia Saqib Nisar, in Islamabad today and presented a check of 10 million rupees as donation to the Dams Fund. This is Radio Pakistan. Chairman Senate Muhammad Sadiq Sanjarani has condemned the firing on the helicopter of Prime Minister Azad Jammu and Kashmir Raja Farooq Haider by the Indian troops along the line of control. In a statement today, he termed the incident as a cowardly act by the Indian forces. He said India wants to destroy peace in the region, and such acts reflect its frustration. In occupied Kashmir, the joint resistance leadership has hailed Pakistan for courageously highlighting the Kashmir dispute at the UN General Assembly. In a statement in Srinagar, Chairman of All Parties Hurriyat Conference, Sayyid Ali Gilani, said Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi's address has once again proved that Pakistan is a friend and a well-wisher of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Reacting to the Indian Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj's speech, Gilani termed it as a pack of lies, deceit, arrogance, and persistent denial of ground realities in Kashmir. Senior APHC leader Muhammad Ashraf Sehrai said that the lingering Kashmir dispute is a bone of contention between the two nuclear powers in South Asia. Meanwhile, according to a report released by the research section of Kashmir Media Service, Indian troops in their continued acts of state terrorism martyred 42 Kashmiris, including a woman, during the last month. And in Afghanistan, at least 21 militants have been killed as a result of a drone strike in Khogiani district of Nangarhar province. According to military spokesman, coalition forces struck Daesh hideouts in Wazir Tangi area, while several weapons, ammunition, and hideouts were destroyed during the airstrike. Iran says it has fired missiles in eastern Syria, targeting the bases of militants backed by the United States and regional powers. According to the Iranian Revolutionary Guards, the strike killed a number of militant leaders and destroyed their supplies and infrastructure in the last pocket of the territory held by Daesh in Syria. The US-led coalition has also confirmed the Iranian forces' strike. The United Nations has warned that 191,000 people are in urgent need of humanitarian assistance in the quake and tsunami-battered Sulawesi region of Indonesia. According to an assessment published today, the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said the figure included around 46,000 children and 14,000 elderly Indonesian, many beyond urban areas that are the focus of the government's recovery efforts. American James Allison and Japanese Tasuku Honjo have won the 2018 Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine for discoveries leading to new approaches in harnessing the immune system to fight cancer. According the award-giving body in Sweden, Allison and Honjo were given the Nobel Prize amounting to $1 million for their studies on proteins that prevent the body and its main immune cells, known as the T cells, from attacking tumor cells effectively. In the Asian Cricket Council Under-19 Asia Cup at Chittagong today, Bangladesh Under-19 beat Pakistan Under-19 by 3 wickets with 16 balls remaining. Weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Malakand, Hazara, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala divisions, Kashmir, and Gilgit-Baltistan. To end the bulletin, here once again are some of the headlines. Corps Commanders Conference, chaired by Army Chief in Rawalpindi today, reviewed the geostrategic environment and security situation of the country. The Senate today continued discussion on the Financial Supplementary Amendment Bill 2018. The International Monetary Fund has appreciated the vision of Benazir Income Support Program for improving socio-economic conditions of the poor. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.